In this experiment, we're testing hot water. This time we're using a metal cup that is a double-walled metal cup. These double-walled metal cups are identical, except this one has no lid and this one has a lid. So we'll see what happens over time, over 15 minutes a time and over 30 minutes a time. So we'll measure the exact same amount of hot water from the same tea kettle that shuts off at the exact same time when it reaches a certain temperature. And so we'll pour in 8 ounces of boiling hot water. And we'll do the same for the other cup. You can see the steam on it. We'll put the thermometers in. Thermometers have already been in some hot water. And we'll put the lid on. And we'll give it just a moment. We'll start our timer. And then we'll begin to zoom in so that we can see the starting temperatures. And the starting temperature for the first we're looking at about, let's put it back in here. Looks like it was at about 85 degrees. This thermometer is a good thermometer, so the first one 85 degrees and the second one about 90 degrees with the lid on. So we'll see what happens over time. 85 degrees and 90 degrees. Here we go. "15-minute mark." So let's zoom in and let's test these temperatures. See where we're at before we get too much further. So here we have looks like, dry it off a little bit, about 61 degrees. So 61 degrees for the first one, and about 82 degrees for the second one. And we'll go to about 30 minutes. We'll see if that makes any difference at all. Here we go. We're at the 30-minute mark with the double-walled metal cups. So we'll zoom in a little bit here and we'll see what the actual temperatures are. This one is reading at about 50, it was about 57 before it went down, so 57 degrees. And this one we're looking at about 77 degrees. So 57 versus 77 degrees. Quite a bit difference in temperature because of that lid. In this experiment, we are testing hot water, not cold water. So we're going to use the 3 styrofoam cups, 1 styrofoam cup without a lid, a styrofoam cup with a lid, and a double layer styrofoam cup, just one styrofoam cup inside another one with a lid. Now we need to have the same amount of water, same temperature water, so we're gonna again go for 8 ounces of hot boiling water right out of the tea kettle. So I'm pouring 8 exact measured ounces, and it will go in the first styrofoam cup. You can see how hot it actually is. And we'll try a second measured cup. Putting it in the second styrofoam cup, which we will put the lid on there as well. And finally, one more measured cup of hot boiling water. Precisely 8 ounces. And we'll pour it into the last cup. Immediately, I'm going to put the lids on. And we have 3 thermometers already waiting in some warm water. And we'll give it just a second to adjust the temperature, and then we'll zoom in so that we can see the accurate temperature here that we're starting with. So I'm going to start our timer, and we will go for 15 minutes and then go to a maximum of 30 minutes, measuring at those intervals, 15 minutes and 30 minutes. So let's zoom in and we'll see what our temperatures are climbing to. We can see now on this thermometer we are up to about 82 degrees, and so we need to add 3, so that's 85 degrees on the first cup. And on the second cup we are at a starting point of about 91 degrees, and the third we're starting at about 91 degrees. So let's go back over to this cup and just make sure. Looks like this one's at about 81 degrees, or 82 degrees. So we add 3 to 85, 85, 91, and 91. We're at the 15-minute mark, so let's zoom in and see if we can see the temperatures of each of these cups. So the first cup, we see the temperature is at about 57 degrees. So we add 3, that makes 60 degrees. And then the next cup, we're at about 75 degrees. And this cup, we're at about 78 degrees. So it does seem like there's a difference here. Again, 60 degrees, 75 degrees, and 78 degrees at the 15-minute mark. Let's keep going to the 30-minute mark and see what happens over a little bit of time with the hot temperatures. We're at the 30-minute mark. I'm going to stop the timer and we'll zoom in here and we'll get the temperature readings. We'll start with this first thermometer. Here we go. We're at about 45 degrees Celsius. And the second one, we're at about 64 degrees Celsius. And the last one, we're at about 69 degrees Celsius. So there we have it for the styrofoam cup. There does seem to be a significant difference in temperature between the cup without a lid, the cup with a lid, and the double styrofoam cup.